So in a plant body, right? In Let us do a comparison. In a human body, we have got four fundamental type of tissue systems: epithelial, connective, muscular, and nervous. Whereas in plants, we have got three main tissue systems: एपिडर्मल टिश्यू सिस्टम जैसे अपनी स्किन होती है, वैस्कुलर टिश्यू सिस्टम जैसे अपना ब्लड होता है, and the rest of the tissues is called as the ground tissue system. So the epidermal tissue system includes epidermis of the shoot, epiblema of the roots, epidermal outgrowths called epidermal appendages, which include root hairs and on the stem trichomes, and they include the stomatal apparatus. Whereas the vascular tissue system includes xylem and the phloem. Ground tissues includes all the other type of tissues like the hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, pith, and the mesophyll. Okay, and the cork. Now, so when we discuss the epidermal tissue system, what is this epidermis, students? It is a single layer made up of parenchymatous cells, which is found in both the root, stem, and the third, that is the leaf also. Okay. Now then, we can understand it like this, that this is the stem, this is the root, and these are the leaf. If you cut the root, the outermost layer will be epidermis, which is called epiblema. In the stem, the outermost layer will be the epidermis. Even when we cut the leaf, you have an upper epidermis and a lower epidermis. So it is single layer made up of parenchymatous cells, and this epidermis, in the case of root and the stem, shows the presence of appendages, that is lateral outgrowths, which are called as hairs. So we see the presence of the root hairs and the stem hairs, shoot hairs, which are called trichomes. तो ये एपिडर्मिस है रूट का, and it shows the presence of a unicellular root hair. It shows the presence of a unicellular root hair, which helps in the absorption of water and minerals. Okay, it shows the presence of water and minerals. Whereas you will remember this, that it is always unicellular. Whereas the shoot shows the presence of shoot hairs, which are called trichomes, which are mostly multicellular. And the shoot ka epidermis is covered by a thin waxy coat, which is called as the cuticle. And the cuticle is made up of cutin, which is a waxy lipid found over the epidermis, which will prevent the water loss by transpiration. और कभी कभी ये जो शूट हेयर होते हैं, they may also be secretory and protective in function. They can protect from herbivores by producing, bad taste in the mouth of the herbivore. Then the other feature that we see in the epidermal system is the presence of the stomata. Okay. Now, the picture in front of you is that of a typical dicot stomata, which shows the presence of a pair of guard cells, right? It shows the presence of a pore called as the stomatal pore, and the stomat and the guard cells are surrounded by cells which are called as the subsidiary cells. और ये तीनों चीजों को मिलके हम कहते हैं stomatal apparatus. So the stomatal apparatus consists of the subsidiary cells, the guard cells, and the stomatal pore. In the case of dicots, the guard cells, as you can see over here, are kidney shaped or bean shaped. But in the case of monocots, we make them as dumbbell shaped structures. तो ये पॉइंट आउट डिफरेंस ध्यान में रखेंगे कि in monocots they are dumbbell shaped structures, right? It is a typical guard cell, dicot guard shows the presence of an outer wall which is thin, an inner wall which is thick, and it shows the presence of cellulose microfibrils which are radially arranged and that help in the opening and the closing of the stomata. The inner wall of the guard cell is thick, whereas the outer wall of the guard cell is thin. So there is a difference in their elasticity also. And because of the water Turgor pressure, what will happen is these inner walls, when they face each other, the stomata is closed. Now, as the pressure is exerted on the outer thin walls, they'll bulge out and they'll pull apart the inner walls, as a result of which the stomata shall open. So that is included in the opening and the closing of stomata. The details of these parts are not required for us, right? So that includes our epidermal tissue system. The epidermal tissue system is found in all the three parts: the root, stem, and the leaf. It is single layer, made up of parenchymatous cells, protective in function. Leaf made is upper epidermis, lower epidermis. Stem and root image shows the presence of appendages, which are called as the stem hairs and the trichomes, and they have been individually explained to you. Now, the fundamental tissue system, the main tissue system, or the major tissue system in plants is included in the ground tissue system. ग्राउंड टिश्यू सिस्टम में एपिडर्मिस और वैस्कुलर टिश्यूज को छोड़ के जो भी है, everything is included in the ground tissue system. So ground tissue system includes the bulk majority of the plant body, which includes the all tissues except the epidermis and the vascular tissues. Everything is included in the GTS, that is the ground tissue system. So that will include the hypodermis, cortex, endodermis, pericycle, pith, okay, and the pith rays or the medullary rays. And when we discuss the TS of a dicot root stem and a leaf and a monocot stem root and a leaf, we will see the features of these ground tissue systems. Moving further to the vascular tissue system. The vascular tissue system includes the vascular bundles, which are made up of xylem and phloem. अब इसमें तीन मेन टाइप्स हैं, एक रेडियल vascular bundles, conjoint vascular bundles, and the third type is called as the collateral vascular bundles. I'm sorry, the third type is called concentric vascular bundles. So you've got three types. The three types are radial, conjoint, and concentric. So, what are the radial vascular bundles? Look at this bundle of xylem and this bundle of phloem, and you'll find that they are on different radii. Such a vascular bundle is called radial. Whereas when the xylem and phloem are on the same radius, xylem and phloem are on the same radius, it is called as conjoint. conjoint में एक xylem एक phloem का बंडल है तो उसको बोलते हैं कोलैटरल. एक xylem दो phloem के बंडल्स है तो उसको बोलते हैं बाइकोलैटरल. कोलैटरल में अगर कैम्बियम प्रेजेंट है तो इट इज कॉल्ड एज ओपन, ओपन फॉर सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ. कैम्बियम नहीं है तो उसको बोलते हैं क्लोज. ओपन टाइप सीन इन डाइकॉट स्टेम. Bicollateral में you have one bundle of xylem surrounded by two bundles of phloem which is always open, stem of cucurbit. Whereas closed जिसमें सिर्फ xylem phloem होता है, cambium नहीं होता, you'll find it a monocot stem and the leaves. जो मैंने अभी थर्ड टाइप मेंशन किया था, this is a bundle of xylem surrounded by a bundle of phloem. So it will be called as heterocentric. This is the bundle of phloem surrounded by a bundle of xylem. It will be called as leptocentric. So it can be heterocentric or leptocentric. So these will be the type of the vascular bundles which can be classified as conjoint, radial, and concentric.